A simple event is easy. It just has one outcome. A compound event has two or more outcomes possible. So then, if you have a compound event, you have to look at whether or not any of your outcomes could overlap. If none of them overlap, if the same thing can't happen twice, then you have mutually exclusive events, like flipping a coin and getting heads or tails. It's either going to land on heads or it's going to land on tails. It's where two events can't occur at the same time. So if you look at this little Venn diagram, we have aces and kings. All the aces are aces, all the kings are kings. You're never going to have anything that overlaps in the middle, like there's no such thing as the king of aces or anything like that. So these two are mutually exclusive events. The formula is to sum the individual probabilities. So if we want the probability of A or B, you just add up the probability of A and the probability of B. So the probability of an ace or a king, well, there's 4 aces out of the 52 cards. There's 4 kings out of the 52 cards, and that equals 8 out of 52 or 2 out of 13. If we look at example 1, we have a drink company with labels under each bottle cap. You can win a free drink, a free meal, or try again. And then it tells you the probability of winning a drink and a meal. We have to explain why getting a free drink and getting a free meal are mutually exclusive. Well, when you buy a pop, you're only going to have one bottle cap, right? So there's only one message per cap. You can't win both a free drink and a free meal underneath the same cap, so they each only have one listed. So now let's find the probability that you just want to be a winner. You either want to win a free drink or a free meal. Remember that symbol means or. So the probability of winning a free drink is 1 in 10. The probability of winning a free meal is 1 in 25. And now we just need to make those have a common denominator so we can add them. If we turn the denominators both into 50, we will multiply the first one on top and bottom by 5. That'll be 5/50ths. The next one will multiply the top and bottom by 2, so it'll be 2/50ths, and that will give us a 7 in 50 shot, or a 14% chance of winning either. Next, we need the probability of when outcomes might have something in common. Those are called inclusive events. So we have hearts in a deck of cards, we have kings, and then we have the king of hearts. So the formula says we start off by adding the two individual probabilities together first, but then we have to minus the overlap, so we don't count it twice. So the formula says take the first event, such as getting a heart, plus the second event, which would be like getting a king, and then you have to subtract the possibility of both. So we would subtract the king of hearts. So let's do that. The probability of getting a heart is 13 out of 52. The probability of getting a king is 4 out of 52, and there's only one king of hearts, so we'll subtract that. So 13 plus 4 is 17, minus 1 is 16 over 52, or 4 out of 13, or 31%. Now let's try to roll a dice and get a 5, or an odd number. Well, here are all the possibilities when we roll a dice. We want a 5 or an odd number. First, the probability of getting a 5, well, we have a 1 in 6 shot. Then we want an odd number. There's 1, 2, 3 odd numbers out of 6. But we have to subtract where it doubled up. See the blue circle and the red circle? Only one doubled up, so we subtract 1/6. So our final answer is 1 plus 3 is 4, minus 1 is 3/6, or 1/2, or 50%. Next, we want to roll at least one 4 when we roll 2 dice. So we're going to have the probability of rolling a 4 or a 4. We are going to have a 1 in 6 shot at rolling a 4 the first time. we're going to add on a 1 in 6 shot of rolling a 4 on the second one, and then we need to get rid of rolling 2 4s. Well, if we roll a 4 and a 4, that'd be 1/6 times 1/6, which would be 1/36. So we have to add that into our possibilities of 1/6 plus 1/6 plus 1/36, and when we make all the bottoms the same number, we'll get 6/36 plus 6/36 plus 1/36, which is 13/36. All right, next we have drivers. Some are male, some are female, and some are colorblind. We want the probability that a driver was male or was colorblind. So male or colorblind. Oops, that's supposed to be a C. So let's figure this out. What's the probability that somebody is male? Well, there were 1950 out of the 3510 people that were male. Now we need to add on the number of people who are colorblind, 103 of them out of the 3510 were colorblind. And now we need to subtract the people who were male and colorblind. So how many out of the 3510 were male and colorblind? Well, it told us that 6 of the colorblind ones were female. So if we subtract 6 from the 103, that leaves 97 colorblind males. So we just need to add those all up. 1950 plus 103 plus 97 is 1956 over 3510, and that gives us about 55%. This last problem, we're trying to figure out the probability that at least 2 students in a book club choose the same book. There's 5 people and there's a list of 10 titles. So I'm going to give you this formula to use because the homework problem will be similar. You just need to fix on your note sheet. I accidentally typed the 1 on top of that fraction bar when I typed it. So fix your formula so it looks like this. N will be the number of books to choose from. R will be the students choosing books. And so we'll just plug them into the formula. It'll be 1 minus 10 permutations of 5. We have to figure out how many different ways the 5 people could choose from the 10 books. And then we have to divide by 10 to the R, so 10 to the 5th, because we have to list out all the different possibilities. Each of the 5 people has 10 choices, so that'll give us the total number of possibilities. Since we want at least 2 people to choose the same, we're going to take the complement. We're going to figure out the probability that not everybody chooses a different book. So this will be 1 minus, when you figure out 10 permutations of 5, it's 30,240, and 10 to the 5th is 100,000. So when you type that in the calculator, you'll get 1 minus 0.3024, and when you subtract that, you get 0.6976, or if you round it up, about 70%. Good luck.